In this video, in answer to your many questions, how do I know what the market is doing in my area, and how do I know when will be the right time to buy? In order to help you to do this, I have a few suggestions for you, and starting off, I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I have prepared. I have created a spreadsheet that will be invaluable in helping you to track market movements in your particular area. I have included one or two basic formulas that will calculate the percentages for you, so all you need to do is enter the figures. But what figures should you enter and where do you get them from? It's quite simple. This is information that's available to all of you. It's just maybe that some of you may not be aware of the way to collate them and present the evidence so that it will be beneficial to you. So what we want is a postcode sector, not the district. In this case, let's pick MK18 for example. So MK is the district and MK18 is the postcode sector. This will help you to get an idea that's narrowed down to a small area. And initially, we will leave it on all property types, this postcode area, and we will look for property. And there, as you can see, there are 234 properties available on the market. So under whole of the market, we can put under available 234. We then go back to Rightmove, and under filters, we will then check include sold subject to contract. And we can see the total number of properties on the market is 493. We will enter that here. From those two figures, the formula will calculate there are 259 properties sold subject to contract, which is 52.54%, 234 available, which is 47.46%. So as you can see, in the MK18 area, for the whole of the market at the moment, the market weighs slightly in favor of sellers. It is slightly a seller's market. Then we can do the same for houses. We can go back to Rightmove and we can just select houses. We can include bungalows as well here. And then we go back. The include subject to sold subject to contract is checked. So there's a total of 433 houses on the market. So we enter that there. We then go back to Rightmove, uncheck this box, and we can see that there are 207 properties available. So we enter that there. And when we get to houses, we can see there are 433 houses on the market, 226 sold subject to contract, which is 52.19%, 207 properties available, which is 47.81%, which is roughly the same as this. For those of you who have more time and energy and determination to learn the market, I've also added a more advanced one. This one simply has the number of properties that have been reduced and it creates a percentage for that too. But how do you establish which properties have been reduced? There is a free plugin for Google Chrome called Property Log, and if you add this plugin, when you go to Rightmove, you will notice this section here which says price change history, and that will detail under every property when it was listed, what price it was listed at, and every time it's been reduced it will be logged here. So if you have time to scroll through the pages and make a note of how many properties have been reduced in that particular month, then you can go back and you can add that information here. Of course, there are data websites that you can sign up to that give you all of this information and much more detailed information with a click of the mouse in minutes, but some of them can be quite expensive. So this is a way for you to track properties in your particular postcode sector for free, just a little bit of time. If you are looking in several sectors, then whichever spreadsheet you prefer to use, what I would suggest is you just right click and you just make a copy, create copy, and then you just rename each sheet with the postcode sector that you are interested in researching.
I appreciate that this spreadsheet is very basic, but I wanted something very simple that could give you a clear and identifiable snapshot of what the market is doing in your particular postcode sector. An ideal thing to do, if you have time, would be to duplicate your preferred sheet out of the two, be it the simple or the advanced, and make 4 or 5 copies and select your postcode sector where you are and the 3 or 4 or 5 around you, and monitor the lot and update the form once a month. And over 3 or 4 months you will begin to have a very good indication of what the market is doing. First and foremost, the person most equipped to identify what is happening in the property market in your area is you. There are, of course, as I said, websites that offer property data. They vary in price. Some are not too bad, some are quite expensive, but it's a monthly fee, and there's no need for me to be encouraging you to sign up to additional expenses when the basic information that you need is available for free. As long as you do this over time, I assure you, in a few months from now, you will know exactly what is happening in the property market in your area. You'll see the percentage of properties that are available to the ones that are sold subject to contract. Because you're looking frequently, you will even begin to notice properties that have fallen through and coming back on the market. You will have a very, very good indication. As I said, the person best placed to do this is you, because many of the so-called property experts online are giving you a generalized view, and the country is not equal. Where property is concerned, things are not equal. No matter what happens, there are great swathes of the country that will be, in the order of things, more or less unaffected. There are other areas that experienced a very false and profound bubble over the last year or two for various different reasons. They will suffer the greatest fall or correction. Even if nothing too bad were to happen, just a withdrawal of people competing for properties will make a significant difference to the selling price of those properties in that area. So to generalize and say properties falling across the country never happens, and normally property increases do filter out in a ripple effect from the south, working their way all the way up, and by the time Scotland starts to rise, the south has started falling. It's just how it works. So don't rely on anybody's opinion apart from your own. Even most of your local estate agents won't actually tell you the truth. Not picking on all estate agents, there are many who will tell you the truth, but I assure you, in a few months' time, if you track what's happening in your area, you will know immediately whether your local estate agent is telling you the truth or not. And hopefully this information will help you to arm yourself with the confidence to know when to buy, where things are moving, if you're selling, when to sell, and hopefully, as well as that, which estate agent to use. I'm enclosing, attaching a link where you can download this spreadsheet. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to get in touch, and I'll see you in the next video.